This is Flow, a Latvian animated movie that has been making quite a splash in recent years, no pun intended, on the awards scene recently. And we've just gotten a trailer for the US release of the film, and judging from this trailer, I think this could very well have the potential to be one of the most exciting movies of the year. Flow is an animation that is being submitted by Latvia for the Academy Awards next year, not just for an animated film, but for Best International Film overall. It's been cleaning up at awards and film festivals all over the globe recently, has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the hype is certainly building towards potentially even more award celebrations in the months following up to the Oscars. From the official synopsis, Flow tells the story of a cat who journeys across a world that has been decimated by a flood, and it seems that only a few select animals have managed to survive. And to me, this has the potential to be what The Wild Robot initially promised to be from its first trailer. If you cast your mind to back then, there was that wordless, beautiful trailer that promised something truly unique, and we knew there was a voice cast attached, but it seemed to be pretty minimal. Then came the second trailer, and that changed drastically. I'm not saying The Wild Robot is gonna be a worse movie for it, it's not even out over here in the UK yet, so I haven't made a review on it, and it certainly hasn't stopped overwhelmingly positive praise. But that promise of a dialogue-light film that basked in the glory of its animation style has been slowly diluted as we've gotten closer to its release, whereas this, on the other hand, places the animation and camera work at the forefront. The director himself, Gint Zilbalades, has even gone on to state that I come up with the movement of the camera first, and then what happens in the scene. It's a film without dialogues, so I had to find other ways to convey characters' emotions, and one of these ways is the camera. And to me, that's like exactly what I kind of like. I love it when it's done in short films. I would really like it to be done more in full theatrical things if it can, and that does seem to be the kind of foundational premise behind this film. Not to mention, there's just a lot of great open mystery you can do with a story that doesn't specifically tell you anything with its words. The trailer itself definitely asking a lot of questions. Where are we in the world? Who is this person that likes cats so much? Where has this flood come from, and where are the humans? The whole thing feels very Horizon or WALL-E themed to me, where it seems like humans are not around anymore, or at the very least are not the predominant species on the planet anymore, so the animals are having to learn to adapt. Along the way, the cat meets a capybara who can sail, a dog, a lemur, and a bird that seems to have cracking leg strength to lift an entire cat as they try to find somewhere to call home in this new desolate world. There's this mystical feel infused into the movie, and it seems like we'll be uncovering the secrets of the world as these animals bond together. Simple enough. Honestly, I'm hooked. In a clip on the director's YouTube channel, it seems that the unlikely collection of comrades will be journeying to a tall spire. So like, what's at the top of the spire? Is it paradise? Is there something they all need? Or is it simply just higher ground to escape a potential second flood that could be hanging over them? I'm invested at this point. And I mean, that's not even getting into the animation style. It just feels delicately handmade, but also has this element of realism to it. All of the environments are rendered gorgeously, and the water, despite its destructive beginnings, just begs to be swam in. It's a truly artistic and beautiful film. And that's just the first impression. The characters themselves have great expressions. The cat in particular never loses its feline look, always managing to stay true to what we know of the animals and still convey realistic human emotions. Something not even Disney knows how to do sometimes. Either way, it's a genuine spectacle, quite unlike anything we've really seen properly done. And again, we're straying into trailer 1 Wild Robot territory for me, with just breathtaking landscape vistas and emotive animals. Hello there, thank you for making it halfway through this video. This is the quick little plug to tell you to subscribe if you want to keep up with any other animated movie trailer opinions. I could also very much see myself getting into the routine of talking about international animated movies more often, so if you've got any suggestions, let us know down below or on our Discord server. Anyway, this is just a quick one this time, so I'll let you get back to the video right soon. Please enjoy the rest of the video. Now, apparently this full film is based on a short film called Aqua that the director produced himself 12 years ago, and as a single person producing a short film, it's remarkably impressive. Obviously, it's more rough around the edges than what we have now, but it still tells a completely dialogue-free story with a feeling of mysticism about it that just hints at a greater world beyond this initial short. So hopefully, this is exactly what the new feature-length version just kind of expands on. This is the kind of trailer that may have flown under the radar when it came out a little bit ago, and certainly if you're based in the UK, you're not going to hear anything about it because the marketing is different in every country, but it's making a lot of noise when it comes to the actual quality, and hey, it's gunning for the Oscars too, and I certainly can't wait to see it. From initial reactions and critics, it sounds like it's going to be the kind of tear your heart out and put it back in kind of movie. And whilst it's straying close-ish to the vibes of things like The Wild Robot and definitely seems to be sharing a pro-environmental theme, this definitely has that original spark and flair that makes it truly something special. I'll get to see this movie eventually, but first I have to wait 7 full months for this movie to come out because for some reason it doesn't release until March in the UK. I don't know why. It's technically a 2025 movie for me. Makes sense since it's going for the next year's Oscars anyway. It seems in the modern animation world where Western productions are only about as diverse as Aardman and most things Hollywood or core mainstream are pretty samey and not very artsy, you can always lean a little bit on the international movies to show a little bit more heart and pizzazz to them. Considering last year's Oscars had incredibly emotively powerful animated movies at the same time that they were being shot down by the very Oscars presentation they were in for being animation, you've then got the likes of Imaginary from last year that's a great Studio Ghibli-esque homage done by another country. You got Studio Ghibli themselves, which aren't exactly Western, that certainly have their own soul and heart on their sleeve, and now we've got this rendition from Latvia that is just exactly the kind of artsy movie that I want to see. Doing Stray, the video game, done into a movie seems to just write itself. Doing a dialogue-less movie is difficult for 90 plus minutes, I'm sure, but I absolutely love it when these short films do it, and it's just so very artsy, so very satisfying. It's soulful art, something that we certainly don't see very often in films these days, and certainly not represented in the Oscars. But I guess we'll just have to see how things turn out as more award ceremonies cross paths with this film, and eventually I'll see it myself as well. Could this be the next Wild Robot? Is it even better than The Wild Robot? Is The Wild Robot I wanted? I guess we'll have to see. So far, it's only been first impressions, and I haven't even seen The Wild Robot yet. That also isn't available in the UK yet. Such is my life right now. For now, though, I'm going to end things off there. My name's been Daz. Do let me know your thoughts on Flow. Have you heard any murmurs about this movie? Were you aware of the trailer before I mentioned it today? And where do you think it's going to go in the pop culture zeitgeist of animated movies? A hidden gem? The next big thing? Or just to be lost to time, buried by everything mediocre around it? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below or on our Discord server, and I shall see you in a little bit.